have all the switches on this network to configure. So what would you do? You work for a bank in Nigeria and you stay at the branch in Lagos and you have to do a configuration on 300 plus switches as a network engineer. What would you do? Would you move with your console cable connecting to each switch and configuring them one after the other? Of course not. So today we'll be looking at CCNA Lab 3, how to configure remote access using Telnet on a Cisco switch. And we'll be doing this on this Packet Tracer Lab. So now you can see this network on our workspace and the network of a particular bank that have different branches and different switches in their different branches. So now as a network engineer, to make your life easy, you would actually remotely configure or make access to your different switches on this network instead of going to each of them, plugging in your console cable on this switch one by one and doing your configuration. So the essence of configuring Telnet on your Cisco switch is to allow you remotely access the switch and do your configuration. Remember in our first lab, we assigned our switch a management IP. So that IP is what we use to call our switch wherever we are. It's like a phone number you give to your switch. You can stay in whatever branch, wherever you are, connected to that network. You call the switch and the switch picks your call and you do some settings on the switch. That's why the management IP was given. So if you want to learn more about management IP, you will refer back to CCNA Lab 1 on how to set management IP. Then now as a network engineer, if you'll be doing that on your switches, accessing them remotely, you need to also do some basic security handling of your switch. Ensure that your enable the privilege mode is secured. Ensure that your console access is also secured, and ensure that your VTY lines are also secured. So for that particular things for you to learn how to harden your switches, you refer back to our CCNA Lab 2. So that's where you learn about basic security hardening of your switch, how to set your enable privilege mode to have a password, how to ensure that your console has a password. So today we'll be focusing on essentially accessing our switch that we have configured and giving a management IP using Telnet. Telnet is a protocol that can use to remotely access your switch and make some configurations. So now before we continue, I would want you to like this video if you're gaining value. Make a comment on what you've understood and subscribe to our channel. So without further ado, let's quickly do those configuration. Let's configure our Telnet on our switch and remotely access it. So to do that, we'll move over to our network devices, come to our switches, we'll take our 2960 switch. Then we also go to our end devices, we take our laptop. So these are network engineer laptop. So we also move to our connections. Remember that your straight through cables are used to connect different devices, while this other one, crossover cable, is used to connect similar devices. So if I want to connect a router and a router, I'm using my crossover cable. But if I'm connecting a different device like this switch and this laptop, I'm actually going to use this straight through cable. So using this straight through cable, I connect it to my switch ports, fast Ethernet 1, to my laptop Ethernet ports. So now we can now do some configuration. So let's configure on our switch so that it can allow us remotely access it. So quickly we get into our privilege mode using the enable command. Then we get into our config mode using config T. Then let's give our switch a host name or name. Why are we giving our switch a name? Remember in the last video it was explained. So we are giving it Telnet. So refer back to the last video for more understanding of what is being done. So our switch now is called Telnet. So the next thing we'll do is, remember we have to give a management IP. To do that, we go into our VLAN interface, our default VLAN interface that contains all our physical ports. When we get into that, we give it an IP address 192.168.10.2 with a subnet max of 255.255.0. So this is a class C network. So that means it can contain only 254 hosts. So this is it. Then because our interface is administratively down, we are going to do no shutdown to bring it up. No shutdown. So it is now administratively up. So we'll now do exit. So we've given a management IP. Then the next thing we'll do is we'll now configure Telnet. But for us to configure Telnet, let's ensure that our VTY lines have a password. So just like we learned in the previous class, our switch have virtual doors, which are VTY lines. Of this particular switch have 0 to 15, that is 16 VTY lines, virtual doors. So 0 to 15, we are getting into these virtual doors to give it a password so that it's not everyone that can access it. So if you want to access it, you have to put in a password. So to do that, we've entered into our VTY line. Then the next thing we'll do is give it a password. What password are we giving? Okay, say password should be Cisco. Then enter. We have to use this login command to enforce this password to ensure that the password is asked. Whenever the user wants to log in remotely, he has to put in a password. That's why we have the login command. So we hit enter. When we hit enter, then we can now configure our Telnet. So to configure Telnet, you are telling our VTY lines to say, okay, allow remote connections coming from Telnet using the Telnet protocol. So use the transport input Telnet command. So when we have done that transport input Telnet command, then we can now exit out of our virtual line. Exit. Then we've done the basic thing we need to do. So before you do this, as a network engineer, remember that you have to remember that you must have done the basic security hardening of your switch. That is, ensure that your enable privilege mode has been passworded, your console, and every other security that basic security that needs to be done has been done. So we now move to, we've actually configured all this. So what we do now is we save our work. To save our work, we go to our privilege mode. So why are we saving our work? We are saving our work to ensure that whenever this switch is turned off or reloads, our configuration is still intact. So copies running config to this file name startup config. So this is the command to save your work, save your configuration, and hit enter. It asks us, should startup should define name we are saving it to. Yes. So now we are done with our switch. So the next thing we do now is we move to our PC. Remember that we gave our router, our switch rather, we gave our switch an IP of 192.168.10.3. That's what we gave to our switch. So what we'll be doing here now is giving our laptop 192.168.10.4. So that's the IP we assigned to our laptop. So to do that, we go to our IP configuration, then we hit on the IP 192.168.10.4. So this is subnet max, a class C network having 254 hosts available. Then we'll give it a default gateway, but this default gateway is not necessary now because we are not routing out of this network yet. So these are default gateway. Then let's be sure. Okay, so now let's test our work. We move to our command prompt and let's ping and see if our switch will reply. 192.168.10.3. Let's see if our switch will reply. She's giving us a request timed out. Giving us a request timed out. So what could be the possible issue why our switch is not pinging yet? What could be the possible issue? So let's troubleshoot as network engineers. So our laptop here has this network. Our switch, let's see what network our switch has or isn't. So our switch, okay, we give it .2. Oh, sorry, .2. So we see our problem. So most times you troubleshoot, you have to go through what you've done. So the switch, the management IP is .2, not .3. So let's now ping to .2. So let's ping to .2. So we should connect now. That's having issues anymore. So now we can see that we are getting a reply. So now let's remotely access the switch. So we use the command telnet 192.168.10.2. So we are calling this switch and saying we want to make some configuration. So it's asking for a password. Remember we said, okay, for us to have access to this switch, you need to put in a password. What password will we use? We said Cisco. And right now we've entered into our switch. You can see we give our switch a name called Telnet. So now we are now in our switch. So we can now make configuration. So enable no password set. So but we are now into our Telnet. So this is the main purpose of today's class, helping us to access our switch so that we can make configurations. So in our subsequent videos, we would come up with some configurations that we'll do using our PC on our switch. So what you do is go through this video and understand every command and make sure you practice and leave a question on the comment box on what you understood and what needs to be improved. So that's basically how to configure Telnet on your switch so that you can use it for remote access to manage your switches. So I want you to turn on your notification bells and also subscribe if you actually liked or learned something from this video. See you in our next lab. Thank you.